Welcome back to Bravo Breaking News. I am your host, Kim, aka Bravo Breaking News on Instagram, and I am coming at you today with some new Vanderpump Rules news that I am kind of cackling about. We have a feud that I honestly not sure I saw coming, and it is between none other than Tom Sandoval and Rachel Leviss. Yes, it all started yesterday and it is continuing today, and they are kind of coming after each other. So I'm going to get into it all. But before I do, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any Bravo breaking news. So, as I mentioned, Rachel and Tom have begun a feud that I don't think is going to end anytime soon. And it all started with this kind of random video that Rachel posted on Instagram. It was of her at like a garden and her like making some flower arrangements, a bunch of flower content. It was honestly kind of strange, but it's the first time we've heard from her since the Bethany Frankel interview. And it's kind of the first time that she has, come out openly since then. And it kind of seems like she's trying to rehabilitate her image and try to come off as this wholesome girl. But that's not the extent of it, because what was strange is that Tom Sandoval commented on her post. He says, "Happy birthday, Rachel. I really hope you're finding peace and happiness. Miss you, friend." And that kind of sent the internet into a frenzy. I mean, first of all, we didn't really know that they were still in communication. And second of all, we also really weren't sure what terms they were on, if they were on good terms, if they were on bad terms. Rachel really didn't talk about him much during the Bethany interview. So this comment just kind of came off strange to everybody, including me. Um, and then beyond that, Rachel received that comment, but did not seem to receive it well, because she then took to Instagram stories to post this. Yes, she blocked Tom Sandoval. So there is a lot of, talk online about, oh, is this the real Tom Sandoval? Oh, it doesn't look like his profile. Okay, guys, settle down. This is the real Tom Sandoval. She blocked him. He had commented on her post and she immediately blocked him afterwards. And so this also sent us all into a frenzy. We're like, what the hell? That was kind of a nice comment on Tom Sandoval's part, whether they are on good terms or not. I thought it was a nice thing for him to say, something that a friend would say. Obviously, she is not taking it well. She does not seem to be on good terms with Tom Sandoval, and he seems to be unaware of that. We know she went to rehab. We know she was talking about the FaceTime recording. We know that she ended the season talking about how he basically manipulated her into lying and telling these stories. So it makes sense, but it seems like no one knew about it, including Tom. So cut to later in the day yesterday. Tom is promoting his new reality show, Special Forces, and of course, he is approached on the red carpet about this very instance. But not before they get into some tea about Vanderpump Rules. So they start off and actually ask how he's doing. And Tom reveals that he's actually doing okay. He's not been doing well, since the Sandoval news broke. But for the first time in a while, he's actually doing a lot better. He says that people need to remember that he is a human being and he makes mistakes, which I get it. I think we've all learned that from this situation. I think even some of the Vanderpump Rules cast members have realized that. But we'll get to that in a second. They also asked how filming this season of Vanderpump Rules was for him. His response?
For me personally, it was a very hard season. Felt very isolated.
Obviously, he is referring to the fact that he was isolated from Ariana, which I'm sure made it difficult for filming. We know that the group was filming together. They went on trips together. They were at See You Next Tuesday together, which I had the pleasure of attending. But him and Ariana did not interact, which I think made things very, very complicated, even though not all the cast members were alienating him. And he does touch on that in the interview as well.
It was also really tough for fellow castmates. I mean, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I mean, they even say hi to me. It's like they get lit up on social media.
So it's obvious that he is talking about Sheena here. If you guys remember when they went to Lake Tahoe, him and Sheena had a meditation activity that they did together, which ended in tears on both ends. We know that Sheena and Lala have both spoken out about how, it's not black and white anymore. And it basically seems like they are coming around to Tom. And Tom says that he feels bad for the hate that they've gotten on social media, especially Sheena. Sheena got a lot of shit for coming around on Tom Sandoval. But you have to remember, they have a long, long friendship. Sheena has been friends with Tom longer than he was even with Ariana. So while she's also friends with Ariana, I think she also feels some loyalty to Tom. And, it makes sense that they would mend their fences eventually. But we really don't know how that's going to play out this season. As we know, if you guys saw my video about the finale spoilers, him and Sheena get into a serious fight during the finale filming. So whether that truce lasts, I don't know. It does not look good. So here is where he finally addresses the Rachel of it all, because the interviewer is definitely going to bring it up, seeing as it happened earlier that day.
So you wished her happy birthday, said you guys were friends, and then she blocked you.
Yeah.
How do you respond to that?
I think it's a little thirsty and immature, personally, but
Thirsty and immature. Whoa. Shots have been fired. I mean, although he kind of does have a point. Like, if Rachel really wanted to isolate Tom from her life and kind of, say goodbye, did she have to do it so publicly? She immediately posted it on stories after she's finally kind of coming out of the woodwork and coming out of this, isolated period that she's had. So for her to just come out and do this is kind of seeking attention, if you ask me. And I think Tom feels the same way. Now, I am not siding with Tom on this one, but I just think that he does kind of have a point. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. Do you think that Rachel posting about blocking Tom was thirsty and attention seeking? Or do you think that she has a right to do this? I mean, I really did not see this coming. I know that they weren't maybe on the best of terms, but if you remember, these are people who put their lives on the line to have an affair. They said that they wouldn't do this if they didn't think it was worth it. And now they are turning on each other like people who didn't just go through a 9-month affair and blow up their whole lives, their whole relationships for that very thing. So I don't know. It's kind of funny that they are now turning on each other, and I am interested to see where this goes. So, to end the interview, they also asked Tom how he feels about Ariana joining Dancing with the Stars.
Ariana's going on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Will you be voting? Will you be watching?
I will, and I will be voting for her. I think she's going to do really well.
Tom, I think that's great, but I really think Ariana could give two shits whether you're going to be watching or voting for her. I mean, I know that's what the interviewer asked, but I don't think she really needs your vote. I think it is a nice gesture that Tom is, happy for her and is going to be watching. Whether it's the truth, I don't know. But he also makes this remark that Ariana has been wanting to do this for a very long time. She's been wanting to be on the show for a very long time. So the fact that she is now getting her chance after what Tom did, does that kind of seem like he's taking credit for her being on the show? I don't know. There are a lot of ways to interpret this, but at the end of the day, Tom is happy for Ariana. And while he's also happy for Raquel and wants her to, go on and live a happy life, I don't think he's too happy with her at the moment. And I think this is just the beginning of a feud that we will see spark between them. So I'm kind of excited to see it all go down. Will they mend fences? Will they keep battling it out on social media? We will find out, and I will be here to cover it all. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything.